Hello, my name is Carlene Hightower, and I'm going to be the therapist today working with Mr. Johnson. He is a 35-year-old male um, who has come to me to express his feelings about not being able to be who he wants to be, but yet having to conform to what everyone views him or wants him to be and how they see his life to be for him. He expressed that it's very frustrating and things of that nature. So, what I'm going to do, I'm going to use some motivational interviewing strategies and techniques, ask some open ended questions, some reflective listening, as well as eliciting change talk, just to see where I can get and how comfortable he can become with me, and just see what the underlying problem is, if there's anything else besides what he has stated. Hello, Mr. Johnson. Thank you for coming in to see me today. I am Miss Carlene. I will be a therapist that you will be seeing throughout the course of therapy. So before we get started, I just wanted to let you know that everything that you and I discuss here is confidential. Nothing will be shared with anyone else outside of here, unless, for example, if I need to converse with my colleagues about retaining some resources for you that we discuss here in the meeting that you feel as though you want to be a part of. But other than that, nothing will be disclosed. That whatever we share here is between us. And also feel free, when you're sharing, to let me know this is something that I don't want to be shared. Okay.
Okay, no problem.
All right. So, can I ask what brought you here today?
The reason I came is because I'm having a problem, not as far as with myself, but others trying to get me to change the way I am. And I understand that change some things are good, but I would like to just be my natural self and have my natural personality. And a lot of people don't understand that about me. They think I'm too hard, over blunt, and they don't understand that's just me, and they might not be used to a person that has the type of personality that I have.
Okay, okay. So, your normal self, how would you describe your normal self? If I'm, just someone
Well,
trying to get to know you.
well, my normal self, I'm fine. It's just at certain times, depending on the situation, uh, it can go from me being laid back to me being a little fired up, and some things might go the wrong way or get picked the wrong way. Not saying I'm trying to cause a problem, but sometimes we just don't see eye to eye or understand each other.
Okay, now, would you say now? I'm sorry, just rewind a little bit. I heard you say that you get a little riled up a little bit, or people, um, I guess, depict you how sometimes your actions um, may come off. Am I hearing you correctly?
Yeah.
Okay. So what would that look like? Why would others, be mad? Do you get angry, frustrated? What?
So it might get angry, frustrated. Depends on the situation, but I would say more it would be me expressing myself verbally.
Okay. Okay.
And that
Okay.
can be kind of out of the norm from what people are used to, which they think is a bad thing, which I don't think. That's just me, just because it's not used to, you're not used to seeing it doesn't mean it's something wrong.
Okay. So can we talk a little bit about your feelings
Yes.
when that occurs? Okay. Now, what I'm hearing you say is that when you get a little, when you're trying to express your feelings, people may view that wrongly. Correct.
Correct.
Now, is it something? the tone of your voice, the way you say things? What?
Sometimes it could be the tone. It could be the way I say it. A few choice words can make something go downhill very fast, and it's not that I mean to really upset someone. Like I said, the words can make things sound worse than they are.
Okay. Now, do you believe that's something you need to change, or is it something that you want to change? I should say.
I would. There's a little mixture of both. I've had situations where I've sat back and realized the next day or two, week, whatever, analyzed it and looked at myself. Like, okay, I could have did things different in that situation, and I did cause somewhat of a problem that didn't need to occur by the way I went about expressing myself.
Okay, well, that's great that you noticed those things. You were able to reflect and, know that some of the things that you are doing is not suitable or is not appropriate or it's just not right or, you realize that, and that's good. That's good that you are able to realize that in that time, no matter how long it takes you, you were able to figure that out and see that for yourself. So now, if you were to decide to change, what would that look like? How would you go about
that? Me changing, I wouldn't be so fast to react to things, and I would also try to, when I verbally communicate people, calm down my tone of voice and some choice words that I can replace with things that would go over more easy than some words that I might have used in the past that can make someone upset, angry, those type of things.
That's excellent. Because that's basically the root of it. How about, is it okay if we role play?
That's fine.
Okay, so because something that we need to do is work on your feelings. So because they might be bottled up inside, you don't know how to get it out or express it the appropriate way. They just come out, So let's just do an exercise where maybe you're angry one day and you want to come out and you want to tell me something, and maybe that can be something that we can work on. Okay, so let's start. So say we come home, and I'm the babysitter, and the house is a mess. So how would you go about telling me your feelings?
That's kind of hard. Depends, and I think a lot of times with my attitude and the way I am, or just anyone, sometimes it can actually depend on something previously on their mind that happens to them throughout the day. So they might come in, if I've come somewhere having a good day, I might come in, like, oh, was a good upbeat spirit, and don't be so riled up and angry, like, watch this over here, this, that, and whatever.
Okay, so let's flip the script. You're my babysitter, and I'm coming in from a hard day's work, and I'm coming in, and I see the house is a mess, kids running all over. Mr. Johnson, what are you doing? Why is my house a mess like this? What's going on? So how would you respond to that? Me yelling and me?
Probably wouldn't. It probably would lead to bad verbal communication between us, even though I understand, like, things should be straightened up and tidy around the house, but like I said, the way you approach situations, like the tone of voice, that loud tone of voice, or name calling, that can just trigger emotions that don't need.
Okay, so I understand what you're saying. So with that being said, just how you took that approach, the person that you're speaking to could also feel the same way. So sometimes the way that we say things affects a person. Sometimes we must think before we speak as well.
And as time goes on, like I said in the past, I've analyzed situations where I've looked at me in both situations, and I can look at, okay, I probably was wrong for verbally abusing that person that way, or they probably was wrong for saying something to me, and I could have still kept the situation calm by not responding the way that they came back to me. I probably could have made it a nice calm situation, but by me reacting all wild and nasty the way they were, then it just didn't lead to anything good.
Okay. Well, it seems to me that you're very knowledgeable of the things that you're doing. So that's the first step. You're aware. So that's great. So what we need to do here now is just, work on that. Maybe like we had that role play. Maybe we could, figure out some exercises that we can work on that. Some so when it happens in the real world and in the real time with a real person, another human being, then you would know how to, go about that situation, how to relax, just speak to that person and not, because you wouldn't want no one to have that tone of voice with you. Like you said to me, that would make you get angry, upset, and, an altercation would probably break out. But that's something that we don't want to do. But it seems to me that you're very aware of what's going on and that you want to change. And I see that in you, and I hope that we can work on some more exercises and we can, get to the bottom of it, and hopefully everything will be good.
Okay, honestly, I think that would be good moving forward in the future. We could go over some things that will help me straighten out the problem I came here to resolve for you today.
Okay, that's good. Thanks for your time, Mr. Johnson. Have a good one.
You too.